Hello and welcome back. JavaScript string last index of method and string search. So remember that in the last lesson we considered the last index of method. The last index of method searches backward from the end to the beginning, meaning if the second parameter is 15, the search starts at position 15 and searches to the beginning of the string. So what that simply means is that if you pass the second parameter to our code. Remember, this is the code we used in the previous lesson, and I do something like 15. So it will start the counting from here back to locate the instance of that string, and not when you have just a string without parameter that it will start from the beginning. So if you take a look at this, you will see that this position starts from the beginning, but by the time I pass second parameter to a value of like 9, you should see that there's nothing showing. But if I put 15, is there anything showing? Okay, sorry, I missed comma. At the position of, you can see that it is changing on my screen as I'm changing the index position of where to start. So if I put 15, I think this should change as well to hit. If I put 1, I should get -1 as not found, and this is very perfect. And the reason why is because if the length of the index that you are searching for is greater than the parameter that you are passing as the second argument, you always get a -1. So which means that by the time I put it 9, it's able to get it at an index that is longer than the length of the particular string that I'm looking for inside another string. Then the search method search a string for a string or a regular expression and return the position of the match. Now let's take a look at another method called string search, and let's see if it does the same thing like the last index of. Okay, so I want to do this and say, okay, text.search. Now, is anything changing? Now, 8, all right? Now, if you pass the second parameter of 15, what am I getting? It's not changing. A parameter of 9 for a second argument, nothing is changing, right? Okay, if I pass 3, now you can see that the search method does not accept the second parameter. That is the first difference between the last index of and the search method. So search method does not does not accept second parameter, but with the argument passed in form of a string, it will always work. Let me check this. You can see, but if I add a second parameter, nothing is going to change because the search method does not accept a second parameter like the index of method. So let me just change it so that so I don't end up confusing it together. The search. Okay, no, I'll leave it like this. The last index of and search method. Search method in JS. So the last index of accept second parameter. What I mean is this: if I do last index of sorry, index of, and I pass a second parameter of say 8, where okay, it's not showing, it's not working. What if I change this to locate? Oh, sorry, it's a single F, not double F. Now you can see this. If I leave it alone, is this still going to work? It is working. If I add a second argument, it works. But for search, search does not accept a second argument. It's just like this. So if I add a second argument, it will not work. Nothing is going to change. So that's the difference between the last index of and the search method in JavaScript. So while working with string, search and the last index of method work similarly, but there are differences in that one accepts a second argument and the other does not. Thank you. I'll see you in the next lesson.